Councilwoman Denise Wilkerson, and I'm out here by Borough Hall and in front of the Air Lounge Barbershop and Unisex Salon. And I'm here with Committeeman, Roselle Democratic Committeeman Ken Jones. Ken Jones is a committeeman from the 1st Ward. He's also the leader of the 1st Ward Action Committee Voter Registration and Education Initiative. And so, Ken, thank you so much for giving us a few minutes today. Okay. So I see that you're out here putting your passion into action by ensuring that everyone gets the right to leverage the power of the vote, by ensuring that they get a chance to actually register to vote. So we thank you for being out here today. Tell us a little bit why voting is so important and actually exercising that power to vote is so important.
Well, as you can see, we're out here not just registering young people, but old people, elderly people. I don't like to call them old, but elderly people as well. Because it's so important to exercise this right that we have in this democratic society. Democracy is so important, especially in neighborhoods like our own, where so many few people register to vote, and not their voices not being heard. It's so important to the power of the vote that your voices will be heard, not just locally but nationally as well, because we have local elections just as well as we have national elections. And most people come out for the national elections to vote, but the local elections, they don't come out to vote. And that hurts our communities because it's so important to elect people that's like-minded, who has your best interests at heart. And the only way to do that is to use the power of the vote. That's why it's so important to vote.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, because you're absolutely right. It's important to leverage that power and that ability to vote locally, because those local officials are really responsible for what happens on your in your day-to-day life. Now, Ken, you are so passionate about this. Every time I talk to you, we got to get this voter registration going. Tell me why you are so passionate about voter registration and education.
Well, I've seen the difference that we made. Me, George, we've been on the battlefield for 20 years, and we understood, and like some people, that says, well, voting is not going to make a difference in our community because they're not going to do anything anyway. And I was once like that. I thought like that, not understanding the power of the vote. And if you utilize that vote and mobilize that vote not only to register but to get to the polls and actually pull the lever, that it's in vain. But I understood that when you exercise this right that you have to vote, right, and you vote as a block, and you vote with other voters, that strengthens your voice in your community. And when your voice is strengthened in your community, and the elected officials see that, and not only that they see that, but they see that you guys are mobilizing at the polls, and actually you can make a decision whether who is going to represent you. And that's a powerful thing. When you got the power, you hold the power in your vote to elect the person that's going to represent your neighborhood. And if you do your homework and acknowledge the people that says they want to run in your district, and look at their background and see, if they fit right for your community, by you going to the voting polls, you determine who represents you. And you try to do the best to pick the right person to represent you, the person that has your best interest at heart. And that's how powerful your vote is. You can determine, and not only that, if you feel that they ain't the right one, you run. Because that's the greatest thing about voting. If you're registered to vote, you have a chance to be an elected official in your own neighborhood. You don't have to wait on, if you feel they ain't doing the right job, then you gather your troops together like we do, and you vote them out of office, and you run for that seat. And that's how powerful voting is. Mm-hmm. So it's not just registering, but it's mobilizing and utilizing your vote, being an educated voter, doing your homework, and going to the polls to make sure that your voice is heard.
Thank you so much for that, Ken, and I thank you for all the work that you do, because we can't do it as an elected official. I can't do it alone. And I just want everybody to know a little trick that I learned during the campaign. I want you to know that these elected officials, they know exactly, they give you a list of people who are actually registered to vote. And those are the people that they zone in on. What I want want you to know is that if you register to vote, they know that they need your vote, and they know that they're going to have to work for your vote. They're going to have to take care of your needs. So they know exactly who is registered, and those are the people who needs that they pay attention to. So I want them to take care of your needs. I'm an elected official. I plan to take care of the needs of my constituents, but only when you're registered to vote do you really have the power to shift what happens in your community. Ken, I thank you. The First Ward thanks you. The Democratic Party thanks you.
Thank you.
We thank you for all of your work, and you are greatly appreciated in this community. Come out here today in front of Borough Hall and get registered to vote. It is so important that you exercise your right to vote. Okay, so not only get registered, but get ramped up so that you can vote this coming election. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you. That was great.